Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Okay, so, man, so I'm in a position right now and I did not click that. So I was messing around with things last night. Oh, you can't even see it. Ah, how should we do this? Can I make me a little smaller? Yeah. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. So I got these piece of tape things that are new. I don't think they're gonna be useful for treasuries, but I thought we'd try them out for a day. And I set them up last night, and I must have, when I was messing around with it, I must have clicked on the DOM and not realized it. Just really weird because I locked it. Like, I locked it and then I like did stuff. But I am definitely in a position on that account. So, well, we're really lucky that it's not worse. Like, really lucky. I can't even, okay. It's okay. Let's just move on. I don't want to like stress out about it too much and let it affect everything else, but that was like really bad. Anyways, we had a little bit of a move up last night that has come back off, and now we're below the VWAP. And equities kind of look like they want to take off. So I'm back to, I really think it should go down, like I've been saying for the past couple of days. But we'll see. We have a much better opportunity, at least, because we're below the VWAP, so there's that. Oh man, what the hell? That happened. Okay. Well, good morning, IQ. Let's grab the links. Creating a new tab apparently is really expensive. Good grief. Okay, well, we do got a numbers in 30 minutes, right? Or we're not 30 minutes. Oh, the final GDP number. Ooh. Okay. We get some time though. So we got final GDP coming. We're in a good spot for short, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to happen. Oh yeah. Focus. Focus, Seth. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. How's that? Okay, there's the link. No. Jeez. Okay. That was sucked. What a crappy way. What a crappy way to start morning. Okay. Oh, Ryan, did you code these indicators that you speak about on Patreon? Yes, I wrote them in R. That's what generates the chart. I run my script over here. by the way, let's run it. Generate it right now. Run the script every morning. Post all of the pictures, which is like a huge hassle sometimes, to be honest. We're having a problem. We didn't get all of the indicators yesterday because Nem was giving us trouble. So I took it out for today. I need to like put some error handling in it so that if one of them fails, it doesn't just stop there, you know? Oh, okay, cool. Well, you know, it's been a really great way to share that stuff, so. So there's that. Let's pull this up. We're not going to do anything before GDP, so I'm just going to go on to Patreon and post it that way. When we have to go, I can just go. $28. That BCH just keeps going on the indicator, which I don't think is a good thing. Well, I totally got that, let go of that at the wrong time. Jeez, I'm just so mad. So we're gonna do this. Ignore what's happening over there. We should really consider myself lucky here because that could have been like a $500 loss overnight, you know. That could have been really bad. I don't know why it did that. And you know what else? Oh man, that is effing weird, because not only did I it put an order in there which I did not take. At least I did not intend to take, but it did not set a stop. What the fuck? I swear, but my gosh. You got some explaining to do, Jigsaw. All right, so post the early access. Good deal. I'm gonna come back here. So what you say? Oh, I found you because of your opinions about combines. Oh, okay. So you're talking about what we're seeing on the screen. Sure. So Ryan asks, what are these indicators? Ooh. Okay. Well, what we're looking at here is the 30-year, the 10-year, and the 5-year. The blue columns are people with limit buy orders. The red columns are people with sell orders. And then the two middle columns are market orders hitting those, right? 47 people sold into the 22 people looking to buy there. And we kind of use that to judge which side is winning, right? So there's really 4 sides, right? There's the liquidity providers, and there's the market orders. And based on, you know, the balance between these, we can kind of predict price. So that's mainly what this is. This up here is basically showing us the same information. These white ones are places where there's more liquidity. So you can see right here, there's this big 50 to 64 at 121.04. and you can see it. There's a white line there. Okay. And then, of course, there's a volume profile here, some notes. And over here is just an order tape. And these things are supposed to be pace of tape. I don't even know if it's useful for treasuries, because it seems to me that the pace of the tape only does something when it ticks and is therefore useless for us. So what it seems like to me. Oh, this one right here, cumulative delta, very important, because sometimes we have a hard time judging. Like right now, you see it says 5,000 bought and only 1,800 sold at that price. But when we look at the cumulative delta, we see that that's not a significant change. There was a significant sell in ZB though. And we are kind of coming down in ZF, see? So again, it helps keep us honest. Well, not honest, but there are things that our perception are very good at seeing that the cumulative delta does for us. I enjoy the tick 4 of measurement. It is time and size. Yeah. It's supposed to be pace of the tape, so I think it has to do with like how many times has it ticked in the past X minutes compared to how many times that it has in the previous, in a larger time frame. But anyways, I have some charts over here too. Like I do look at volume profile levels. Yeah, we're coming back. Looks like they're just set to sell this, so it really does. I learned by reading the No BS day trading course. You could pass the combine trading treasuries, but you would have to size up a little bit. Like if you do one contract, it's going to take you too long. You do 2 contracts, you could probably do it in a month if you're lucky. But once you get over, one contract, when you're doing 2, 3, 4 contracts, you could definitely pass the combine faster, but you have a much higher probability of stopping out on a day. So there's that, and I've never tried that. And personally, I just finding $1,000 and doing what I'm doing, and just don't misclick. Man, what the heck? That's not good. I don't even have my dashboard open. There we go. Yes, that's what we want. Okay. Dude, never posted the Twitch stream. Here's the Twitch stream. Oh, and there's a spammer here. Okay. I feel like the combine is not right for my style. I like to find good trends, not every trend. Yeah, well, I don't know. The way the combine works, you generally so the kind of style where you take a ton of little like 2-tick trades or something like that, which I do from time to time, doesn't work very well for the combine because their commissions are crazy and it just eats you up. It really just screws you over. So you are better. It's better for like a strategy that takes 1 to 3 trades a day. Or, when you just look at the combines that do well, that tends to be their thing. I'm going to take a few bites here. Okay, so fourth quarter GDP. Um, not only was the GDP good, but they revised the fourth quarter up as well. That's why I went short. Not really a ton of volume coming in on it, though. It's interesting. Interesting. E-mini's first reaction has not been up yet. Actually, they're actually going down a little bit. Well, let's be patient. This could snowball. Mm-hmm. Okay, pull. Good down tick. I mean, they're not putting a lot of size on the DOM yet. So 800 is okay. What are they waiting for? You don't think that 0.2 GDP is a big deal, guys? No? Hmm. Combines feel like a form of leverage? No, these are futures. We're trading Treasury futures. You can do this with options, but it's really hard to practice with it because there aren't a lot of options platforms, and there's certainly not ones with live simulated trading. Live simulated, you get what I mean? Like the data is real time. That's what I meant. Real time simulated trading. So that makes it hard to learn trading with options. Not to mention that trading them is a little expensive, relatively speaking. Like we're doing, I don't even remember now. Like there was like $3 a round turn is what we're doing, and your options trades cost way more than that. Hmm. Okay, well, the volume in ZN is overall down. Oh, overall. Yeah, I mean, options, there's some advantages to options. I look at options more as like, I want to maintain a small portfolio, like the Robin Hood sort of a thing. But if you want to day trade, futures are really the best instrument to do that with. Yeah. Yeah, because with options you can put together all of these strategies, and you can put together a strategy in the options that matches exactly the amount of risk that you want to take and what you believe is going to happen. And you can play it defensively or you can play it aggressively or whatever you want. And you can hold the actual stocks and just kind of use it to protect those. So that's good. But for day trading, something where you're just in and out of the market real fast and you want a consistent profit every day, futures are a better choice. Nope. Bad tick. Bad tick. Do you change your win rate from 49% to 60% for options? No. I mean, you can do that. There are some options trades that are like 60% win rates. But they're not trades that I would recommend taking right now, because generally speaking, those ones are going to be ones where you're selling options. And, in this volatile environment, when it just goes like against you, then when you lose big time. Right? So you're actually better off in options trading, I think. You want to look for the trades that, have a 30 to 50% win rate, but your risk is like 3 to 1 or more. That's what makes options really, really great, is that you have a really good risk to reward ratio. Yeah, I would only buy, but there's not. You're very unlikely to find a 60% trade that is just buying outright puts or calls. Yep, IHD has it. If you want to something where you can just make 2 ticks a day, you want to do futures. I don't think we're gonna do it, man. So that one went against us. It's not moving the right direction. Up 115 pips. Yeah, but Forex is random. So I'll tell you why I don't like Forex. So there's somebody else. Was it you? I think it was somebody else that was thinking about doing the combine for Forex, and they were really only interested in Forex. In Forex, you don't have volume, and volume is the only thing that is truly predictive. All these chart patterns and stuff that people look at. I mean, we've been going over this with somebody else in the channel. That they were saying yesterday, oh, like we're at a really, really good place to short, and I was like, yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Trade the trader's said face with stuck out tongue and winking eye.
The thing that you have to realize is that there could be some guy that's willing to sell 10,000 contracts that's just going to come out of nowhere, and who knows why they're coming in and they're doing it, but that guy does not care what the chart looks like. He's just going to do his thing. And if you just happen to be the wrong way with him, then you lose. And that's why we use volume, because volume is the only thing that is like right now. So maybe he comes in the future, but the instant that he comes in, we see it in the volume, and we can see that that's what's going on. And that's the only way that you can see it, is in the volume, because they are very tricky and they try and hide their actions. But we can see that there's icebergs, and we can, see which areas they're taking out and where the lines are and things like that. So with Forex, they don't show you the volume. They just show you price. And so then you're going in and you're saying, oh, well, price is going up, so maybe I should go up. And you can't see that somebody has been very aggressively building up a position through that whole run and is about to stop you all out. And that's what they do. They have a little small move up, and then all of a sudden it goes because these banks are in charge, and they can see that and you can't. So it's not a fair game. Futures, we see exactly the same thing that everybody else sees. And we see everything. I see every order. I know whether it was a buy or a sell order. And so I can calculate things like cumulative delta, um, volume weighted average price, etc., etc., etc. And that's why futures are more consistent. You make a
Alligator
more
said still
consistent
think
profit.
it can set the trend at start. ES influence is key.
Where is Trade the Traders? Is long or is he short? Haven't seen you in a while, dude.
Trade the Traders said long.
He is long, huh? So I wonder if you're in Twitter, they're gonna give us a reason for why it's going up. Not that.
IQ said why were you shorting Seth?
Because they were selling.
IQ said.
Well, maybe now we're at a spot where I could take a long, but I'm gonna eat.
Trade the Traders said Seth you cannot see everything. What about dark pools? Most trade is shifted to it. Therefore no liquidity in the markets.
Most trade is shifted to dark pools. Well, that's certainly true for large
Tucker said dark pools in the futures markets.
large stock orders, but I don't know if that's true of futures. When I worked for the bank and we dealt with dark pools, I was only doing equities, so I don't know how common that is for futures. The thing is with a dark pool is that on the time frame that we're talking about, I don't think it really matters. You know what I mean? Like if the only thing that matters to this instrument and this instrument's price is the volume and the liquidity, right? And if supply overwhelms demand, then we move. Or sorry, if demand overwhelms supply, then we move, or whatever. And maybe somebody took a dark pool trade somewhere else that is going to get reported later. But this instrument's not going to care about it until it gets reported. So if I was taking a position that I was going to hold for days or weeks or months, then maybe a dark pool order would matter to me. But if I'm taking a trade that I don't want to be in for more than 30 minutes, I don't think it matters. Market's not going to find out about it. It's not going to matter. By the time they find out, I'm going to be out. Fair? Does that make sense? So I wouldn't be worrying about them. Well, so IHT asks, how do I like the pace of the tape? It seems to me that for treasuries, it's useless. Because it just doesn't tick enough. Like I think that the pace of the tape is intended to show me when it ticks up and down. Because it's not, you see, so we ticked up, then they all move, right? So like they'll tick up and then all of them will go all,
the trader said is general.
And then it doesn't do anything. So I'd have to say maybe if it was equities, and which ticks a lot, and we're trying to figure out, well, how much is it actually ticking compared to when it was before, then I could see that being useful. But in Zien, where it ticks are, so slow, I don't think that you ever have a problem knowing, are we ticking fast or not? Yep, seems like it would be more beneficial for traders in faster moving markets.
Tucker
Exactly.
said, but surely you don't mean in UB/ZB/ZN/ZF and the rest of the bunch. Rivo said no dark pools in futures markets. Rivo said shorted after the massive absorption at 25.
Yeah, I still want to short it.
Alligator said ZN testing key 2.8%, seems to be institutional focus this week. Tucker said I saw that ABS at 0.25 but didn't take it. Can't quite articulate, something just felt strange. Rivo said not the action I was looking for +1. Alligator said took it but don't like it, looks like a pullback at WAP before crossing it. IQ said what's the speedometers for? Jack said market traded back into prior resistance where anyone short into that overnight rip got caught. Tucker said bidding 0.25. Tucker said no fill. Tucker said pulled bid. Damn it. Strange feeling was right. Trade the traders said. Alligator said IMO they want to test this 2.8% but don't know which price level it is. Alligator said yes VWAP. Alligator said why.
Okay, so I added one of those with the E-mini on it, so we'll see what that does. Okay, so it does give us a bit more of a reading in the E-mini. And there is liquidity at 0.45. Okay, so E-mini is maybe turning around. Interesting.
Trade the traders said okay, I'm done.
What just
I'll see
happened?
you after Easter holidays in Europe. Have fun, smiley face.
Later. Seems like something's going on in the um, currencies. Not sure what the deal here is. Later.
Alligator said so far it's your typical textbook like risk off trade, everything in line. ES seems bouncing, and we're almost at our 106, probably profit taking there.
Hmm. Okay, that was a good solid down tick. Nope. He's not giving up.
Trade the traders said see you.
Smash the bed, what are you talking about? Oh, that's weird. Am I like super delayed here? Yeah. Oh, I fix it. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't understand. I really didn't understand his trade. I mean, he made something and then he disappeared. And I guess he was saying that the volume profile says that there's another time frame trader still that wants to move it up, and they took it back to the volume node and he got out. I don't know. I'm just I find it really curious that they the GDP news did not affect anything. Hmm. It seems really stuck in the mud here now. The ZB has actually been selling through here. See, I don't even, some of the charts that Trade the Traders posts, like, what is he trying to say here? I don't understand. Okay, well, that was a good couple of ticks down.
Alligator said pullback looks over RN but seems ES holds. Looks tricky, WAP, R1 zone dubious, waiting for an exit to decide.
Hmm.
Tucker said I had a long at 0.45 stop out for -2 a couple of minutes ago. I really thought this goes past ONH, but the back and forth range has me second guessing.
So there's a strong tick down again. Put 2,000 on it. Now are they going to tick back up through it? Yep, see? 28, trade through it and it ticks back up. Good morning, Dan. You have to taste it, dude. Did you hear what they were saying? He wants her to smell the milk to see if it smells bad. Because he doesn't think he can tell. Okay, something happening here. ZF don't want to give it up. Nope. They tried a little bit there to push it down and they're already giving up.
Alligator said as Mark Cudmore warned this morning, positioning in Treasuries signals a shakeout could be in the offing. As of last week, hedge funds and other large speculators had a net short.
Okay. Maybe we end up going long here.
Block by.
No. Jeez. Well, they're gonna try it again. Holy Nikes. Yep. Okay, well, I guess. Oh. Oh man. Well, that sucks. I mean, I took it because that was just such a
Alligator said
heavy
seems
hit.
so, maybe not over, but if completed, this GDP news could trigger a reversal. We need a stock recovery for that.
I think that may have been a reversal. Hmm. There's still somebody buying there below the below the point of control. E-mini just flipped again. Good solid uptick again. Well, something crazy going on, man. Normally a tick up like that would be like buy, buy, buy. Oh, whoops. We need to, man, this really sucks. Come on. uh, yep. Now it's gonna go up.
Underscore NE0 said long it is. Underscore NE0 said equities are pretty shitty RN.
Yeah. Dang. I'd have to say that's pretty positive action in our favor. Just because it's such a battle and they're holding it. But I really wish that I had been filled where I originally wanted. Would have been a much easier spot. The spot that we've got might get tested a bit. Let's see. Now they absorbed 86. Wow. Well, we should have left our order at 06 and not have been so hasty, I guess.
Underscore NE0 said all depends on 2585 ES.
Shit. Hmm.
Alligator said ZF can't break R1 so far, pushed down, with ES pullback yes.
This kind of action really sucks because you can't hold a position like you normally can in treasuries. Hmm.
Underscore NE0 said similar story EM pushing up NQ pushing down. Alligator said true, need to catch an edge, still looking for it but I'm always late.
Well,
Alligator said ES 2610 removed his order, seems they don't believe in short RN. Alligator said agree.
I'm just not quite sure what I'm seeing. This could be a VWAP bounce. Well, E-mini just took a great run there.
IQ said ZBNF made new highs then reversed now to find support.
Okay. Ugh. Okay. Well, we followed this guy that tried to take a position at 03 halves. And now when they tick up, they don't want to test it again. Fetch. And the E-mini is going up again. Possible pivot.
Alligator said took a short 0.35, seems to me ES going to test pivot 2631.
Okay. Current spot. E-mini pivoting again does not look like a very positive one. Hmm.
Alligator said the bad side is market is faster going up than down, so seems balance is probably higher.
Peace. Yeah, this is definitely the last one. Adrian's saying that it's probably just not a good trade today. It seemed like that last one, I felt like I had a good edge, and it immediately failed. You know? And now I have to wonder if I'm just tilting. Okay, so that's really weird. It's been ticking all over the place, and now they put a pretty small bid up on 025 and they don't sell it, and it just kind of goes quiet. And the level 2 flickering has died down. It's like 500 contracts. They've been eating that up easily for quite some time now. E-mini just did a head fake on him. Ending home sales. Oh yeah. Oh, now you're interested, huh? .1 versus 2.1. That's good. Okay. Had a little bit of a shift in momentum there just temporarily. Nope, didn't hold. E-mini up. Again. Snap. $500 in queue. I think it's going to go down. Let's look at how hard it is for us to get filled there. Like, seriously. It's freaking ridiculous. Okay, well, that was a little bit stronger of a tick. Yeah. I should still be able to get filled here. No, the Emi is well. Okay, so that right there was kind of the chance where I thought I would get filled. That one looks even better. I'm even thinking about moving it. I better not. I better just leave it. Yeah. I'm gonna let it tick through one more time. Don't get too excited, guys. Look at that. Okay. IHT was like, I'm getting an ulcer watching this. Yeah.
Alligator said a bounce here Imo.
Oh yeah. I honestly really wanted to pull my order, but it had been sitting there for so long. I was like, there's no way I should give up a Q position like that and tilt and so on and so forth. So here's the thing though, is that you guys were all getting really concerned, and I think that you all see the possibility of this really moving down now. And that was maybe why it was making you feel a little bit nervous, yeah. So I kind of wonder if you end up being right. I mean, I did come in today saying like this should be a sell. Yeah, of course it bounced now, but as always it does, but why risk more? No. So oh, it's so hard to say. I think that last trade was definitely a bad one. Because let me collect my thoughts here. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think that last trade was definitely a bad one because we were basically making a bet on whether it pivots here or not. And when you look at the cumulative delta between these two pivots, and it's fairly equal, we don't know which way it's going to go, and we're basically at the mercy of the E-mini right now. We really should have waited for a more clear direction. Kind of jumped in there. I'm a little tilty right now, I think. Trying to look at these other ones. So my first trade, I still say that my first trade was a good trade, and I'm still confused why we went up the first trade. The second trade, you know, that really could have been a breakout, and it was strong, and we were buying above the VWAP. So that second trade was, again, obviously we ended up being wrong. So I think we could say that maybe there is something there that we could have seen that could have stopped us from taking that one. But in general, if there was, I don't know what it is. Then the third one, I don't think I should have taken because we absorbed there the first time, and I clicked in when I didn't need to, and I could have picked a better spot. I could have actually gotten a tick out of it, and if I had picked a better spot, I could have had a winner there. And I feel like I was like the same trade as the trade before that. So I shouldn't have been taking it. Shouldn't have been taking like this same setup and watching it fail on me twice, right? And then that last one, like I said, that last one, it looked like I had an edge there, and it just kind of failed. And really, the trade location was very, very poor, and I shouldn't have taken that trade. Was your original trade idea invalidated when it got to 02? Yes. Well, so if we bring this over, my original trade was like somewhere around here. And when we got this tick up right here, can you see that? You see that little gap there? That was when I was wrong. But like ever since then, so then when we came up here, we just sat here for the longest time, right? And then the E-mini came out, and ever since then it's been like crazy down. Now the other thing, something that I feel a little disappointed in is that I bought there, basically. Was it there? Yeah. And in this area, I could have taken one tick several times. So I feel disappointed that there was a really good opportunity to try those one tick trades and learn from them and see how it goes. And because I was already in a losing trade and waiting for it to give me an exit, that I wasn't able to mess with it. So see, now it's been moving around actually quite a lot, but the cumulative delta is actually pretty flat. So I almost want to think that it's just going to keep doing this. And I'm definitely not going to take any trades. I do think that that little trade that seemed to took itself, I think that tilted me from the very start. So technically I could take another one, but I don't know. I'm not feeling it. We're just gonna sit and watch, and if there's something really, really obvious, then I could take it, but otherwise I want to watch it. Right now, the E-mini is moving down, and so we're moving back up a couple of ticks. So that last one, I probably could have just completely avoided that entire loss if I just held on long enough. But see, that's the problem, is that I took the trade location was bad. I was basically looking for continuation, and I didn't get it, and it reversed on me. Yeah, it was a revenge trade. I think trade number 3 was maybe a revenge trade, yeah. Maybe trade 3 and 4 were probably, I think, a little bit of revenge. I mean, I feel a little vengey right now too. I think here's the interesting thing with the revenge trade, at least for me, is that it's going to happen on days where it's really moving anyways. So like you're always kind of sitting there going like, well, okay, I wasn't trading very well. I was tilty, but this thing is going to move. And then when it moves, I'm finally going to get the thing, you know? And so it's not even just like, I want to make it back. I mean, I'm okay with not making it back. I'm afraid that it is going to move. And I'm more afraid of it moving down than of it going up. I'm afraid that I've been sitting here for days saying, hey, this needs to pull back. This should go back down. This should go back down to the FOMC price, and we're going to see 120 again sometime this year. And you know, I don't want to miss that one. You know, that's the one that I've been saying. Like, I really feel strongly that it's going to happen. And you know, if it happens and I don't make any money on it, oh, that's the worst. You know. So there again, you see it ticked at the VWAP, and now we're ticking back and forth. So it's more of the same. Now, let me show you one other thing that's confusing me. 60 is down. So remember yesterday when I was saying, you know, the euro benefits when it's in a trade war, and so they're going up. And it was only went up a little bit, and the equities just got killed. So you would think that if we're gonna fall down here, that the euro would still be staying or moving up, and it's not. It actually moved down throughout all of this session. It's basically been nothing but down. So the euro is trending, but equities and treasuries are not following it. So what's with that? It could mean that something else is driving markets. Amazon loses nearly $40 billion in value on report Trump wants to go after companies' tax treatment. That's their lead story on CNBC. Okay, U.S. economic growth in the fourth quarter slowed less than expected, helped by the biggest gain in consumer spending in 3 years. See, I don't understand. Like, that's really good news, and they don't care. Why don't they care? What's going on? That could maybe also be my other signal here, is like, based on the fundamentals, as I see it and understand it right now, we should be going down, and we didn't. That maybe I should have just said, okay, I don't get what's going on, so let's just leave it alone. I guess I did kind of say, well, but this trade war thing might still be on, and they might want lows of the year, so... Are they not getting it? I also think taking these, buying these, I mean, geez. I said, hey, maybe this is other time frame preventing us from moving up. So I really shouldn't have been buying. Of course, if I did the sell and I sold at the VWAP, I wouldn't have gotten very much, would I? Do you come up with multiple scenarios? I found that even if I have a short bias, it helps to shift gears if I see up. Yeah, well, it's kind of more like, I mean, you have to trade what's in front of you for sure. Yeah, well, Smashed a Bit said earlier, that's predicting, though. You can only react to what's happening. It seems to me like, well, not it seems to me, the way that I try to do it is if the direction and the order flow coincides with what my longer term bias, then I'm going to push it more. I'm going to let it, I'm going to be more willing to let it ride. I'm going to be more willing to, let it go a few ticks beyond me and, give it some room to breathe. Whereas if I see it going against what I feel it should be doing, that tick up or whatever might just be a fluke, and so I might want to get out faster, or it may just be technical movement, that sort of a thing driving us. And so, yeah, it's not necessarily to try and predict which way it's going to go, but to try and better.
Tucker said, I think long-term market biases are dangerous. The only long-term bias I have is that I want to retire someday.
Well, I do think that me saying that it's going to go to 120 and still thinking that, I mean, the day that I said that, it was not such a long-term thing. Now it's starting to become a long-term thing, isn't it? And I think that having too much of a long-term bias could change the way that you see things. But, I haven't had too much of a problem with being able to separate them and just trade the one that we're seeing. But, it doesn't really apply to today because, I mean, come on, today's action has just been all over the place, really. To me, so let's think about this a little bit more seriously. How should I have traded this? Okay. Well, I didn't. This one failed, obviously. Maybe I was more patient and I didn't take that and waited for volume to really confirm it, then I wouldn't have taken that. Okay. So no trades. Above VWAP, I could have bought. I could have bought this one because I kind of saw the level 2 pick up and I kind of saw it go up here to this high, right? Because that trade that I took up there was late, really. That's what happened on that one, is I FOMO'd in. But then the other trade that you could, seeing the absorption here at 0.65 and reversing. And that one, that is a trade against the VWAP. So the thing is always, for me to take a trade like that, I need to see a really, really clear signal. Well, I don't know. We did see a little bit of a change in the level 2 here in ZBDC, where that order, we came up to there, that order disappeared, and then we started coming back down. But other than that, I'm not sure if it was enough to justify taking a reverse. Yeah. So I kind of feel like even if I had traded this really, really well today, it still would have been a pretty shitty day. Now, the other thing, though, is that I could have just taken one tickers up in here, and then maybe I would have done well, so... That's how it is. Well, I think I've beat up on myself enough here. Problem was, I mean, I think that just based on the action and how it lines up with my strategy, today was destined to be a losing day, but I could have limited the damage a lot more. It's a pretty deep hole that we're going to have to dig ourselves out of. But it's okay, because that we've taken drawdowns like that before, and we just got to stick to it. And we're coming up on the time period when we tend to do well, the beginning of the month. Oh, you know, I guess I didn't even realize, but I mean, we are really close to the end of the month, and that could be another reason why we're seeing a lot of action that seems hard for me to read. It seems like the further into the month you get, the harder it is to see what's going on. So I guess I should put that into my analysis too. But yeah. Anyways, thanks for the support though, guys. Okay, so there was a little bit of a tick up in interest there, and when that happened, what happened? The E-mini went up? The E-mini pivoted? I don't know. I know. I'm really worried that I'm gonna, well, I have to walk away, obviously. So we take, the rule is 4 losers. 4 losers, we're done. And I have to take the kids to school anyways. So I'm definitely done, but like I'm super worried that like I'm gonna walk away and this is just gonna start another huge trend like it did yesterday. Oh well, that sucks. All right, catch you guys later.